Welcome to the 6th episode of Introduction to Ruby. In the last episode, I talked about the theoretical basics behind variables in Ruby, and today I'd like to show you how to use variables in practice. As you can see, I've already opened up a terminal and started IRB, and I'm going to start with a simple object, and I'm going to use a string object here. Okay, we're going to use a hello world string object here. And now, the first thing I'd like to do is to give that object a name. And to do that, I first have to think of a name. There are some rules when it comes to names or variable names in Ruby. And I'm not going to go through all of those rules now. You can find them online. Instead, I'm just going to pick a valid name, and I'm going to call it my string. Now, to give the hello world object the my string name, I'm going to use the equals sign. So that looks like this. And what this line basically does is it assigns the hello world string object to the variable my string, so that whenever I want to reference this hello world object here, I just have to use my string. You press enter, and as you can see, this will evaluate to hello world. So if I do what is called an assignment, giving an object a name is called an assignment, and if I do that, it will just return the object I'm assigning to a variable. Okay, so now that I've got hello world referenced by my string, I can access it. Now let's say I wanted to reverse this object, so I just call reverse on my string, and I can do that because my string directly references the hello world object that I've saved in my computer. So whenever I say my string, I actually mean this hello world object, so I can call methods on that hello world object here by using the my string variable. Now you'll notice that it does return the reversed string, the reversed version of hello world here, but if I take a look at what's inside my string, you'll see that it hasn't actually changed the object itself. And the problem basically is that the reverse method returns a reversed version of the string that you call it on, but it doesn't change the string itself. And there's actually a method that will change the string. That's reverse followed by an exclamation mark. So reverse exclamation mark will actually modify the object I'm calling it on. And this exclamation mark or bang symbol here is used for many methods that actually change objects that are potentially dangerous if you use them without really wanting to use them. So I'm going to say OK here, and as you can see now, it returns the hello world, the reversed hello world string again, just like up here. But now it's actually modified the string object, my string or hello world here, itself. So watch out for exclamation marks in method names. They do have a meaning in Ruby, and I think that's actually something that's pretty much unique to Ruby, and it's incredibly useful because you know just by looking at the method name that it's potentially dangerous and that it modifies the object you're calling it on. And you can actually create methods with exclamation marks yourself. If you create a method, an exclamation mark is a valid character for a method name. Later on in the series, I'm actually going to show you methods that have a question mark appended to the name, or included in the name, rather, and those methods are known as predicates, and they basically return a true or false value. So in Ruby, method names do tell you stuff about how the method works, and they usually tell you if the method modifies the object or if the method call will return a true or false, a Boolean value, but we'll get into those in a later episode. Okay, one more thing I'd like to show you is that objects can have multiple names. So if I say a string equals my string, I'm basically saying, okay, create a new variable, a string, and this variable will refer to or point to my string, which in turn points to this hello world object. So in fact, the a string variable will point to the hello world object here. If I say a string, you see, we'll get this string, and if I reverse this and I look at my string, you see that we get hello world, so they're indeed referring to the same object, and we can actually check that they are, verify that they are, by getting the object ID. And as you can see, they match. I can even ask Ruby if they match. How I'm doing this is not important right now. We'll cover that in a future episode, and as you can see, they do match. Okay, that's it for this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on the video page. And if you like this video, please do leave a comment as well, and consider voting for this video. Thanks for watching.